I told them that if they would give their lives away and help rescue the orphans, they would in turn rescue their own destiny. Destiny rescuing destiny.
You know, we just been through a pretty rough couple of years, and we were just hungry. So we'd been praying, you know, God, what's next? What do we do? Where do we go as a student ministry? And this idea came, well, we could build an orphan home. And thought, wow, that is amazing. How do we do that? Who would we do that with? How could we get that done?
He called me and he said, Kirby, TAG is thinking about building an orphan home. And we would like you to come and share what you learned in Africa and tell us about some of the orphan homes. And the minute he said that, I felt like the Lord spoke to me, don't build one.
Do a lot more, do 4.
They hadn't thought about building 4, but they asked me to come and talk to the kids. And what gripped my heart when I walked to the front to speak to these wonderful, wonderful young people was that my generation had let them down. That I repented to them. And it occurred to me that they are exactly God's chosen people at this time. For such a day as this, they were born. They literally could change the world. And I said, you hear things like that, but let me tell you practically how this group, this night, in this meeting, can do that. And I told them about building 4 orphan homes.
And so that night came in the middle of worship. We said, now's the time. This is the first one. And they started coming forward. It wasn't just to pass the buckets. It was this is my worship. This is my life. This is what I want to do.
Young people bringing something to touch other lives was worship. And what I could see was young people worshiping for the first time ever. And then it became clear as day to me when these kids started bringing forward their money and getting extra jobs to build these orphanages, to save lives. I started realizing the best way to reach a young person in Colorado Springs is to help them reach a young person in Uganda.
And that night, they gave, a bunch of high school kids, gave $15,000 just in one evening.
And when I was in Africa, I told the young people there, the orphans, I said, it's taken me 25 years to get here, but waves of support are coming, and you are God's chosen army. For such a day as this, you were born to turn Uganda upside down, Africa upside down, and the world upside down.
At the end of 8 weeks, we took our final offering. We said, you gave $67,000 just of your own free will. And the celebration that went up from that place, it was deafening.
The Lord put in my heart 1,000 orphan homes with 1,000 youth groups in 1,000 days. I think this generation, before time began, had this destiny and purpose.
I think it's the answer to rescuing this generation in our world.
That's why we want to commit this whole next project to this effort. It's like you reach a generation by giving them an opportunity to reach another generation. And you multiply. It's the fish and the loaves, and God multiplies it.
destiny, rescuing destiny.